In this video, I'm going to show you how to use listings to leads to market your real estate listings. First, I want to let you know about a free trial to try the software if you don't already have it. There's a link below in this video, but it's called listingstoleads.com/Ballen, B-A-L-L-E-N. And if you've clicked on the right link up here, it'll say Lori Ballen invites you to a 30-day free trial versus the 14 days everyone else gets. Okay, so I want you to use my link. Get your extended free trial so that you get a couple extra weeks of using the software before you know if it's right for you. I am an affiliate marketer as well as a real estate agent, and I do benefit when you make a purchase after using one of my links. So today I am going to show you, we have a new listing and we're going to go in and market the listing. And I will show you some of the really cool features as we go through these steps. It can be a little bit confusing when you're first looking at looking at listings to leads, and so I want to give you kind of some starting points. Okay, so once you set up your profile up here, I'm going to go to listings. Now what listings to leads does is once you have your profile set up, it pulls in your listings for you through the MLS, as long as that capability is available in your area. Now for me, the tricky thing is that I have a team and my agents take listings in their own names, not in my name. And therefore, they don't automatically populate into my dashboard. And I don't want to pay for multiple accounts because we're really only marketing through one account. So they have given us all of us a feature called grab a listing. So you can actually add listings manually or grab an active listing here, which makes this super easy. So let's just say you have an agent in your office and they have a listing and you don't. And you go to that agent and say, hey, I would love to market your listing to get some leads. It'll give you some extra exposure. Do you mind? They say, no problem. You know, especially the people that don't market much online anyway, that this is extra exposure for them and you get the leads. So you could pitch that to people. And just make sure you always get permission. Don't just grab somebody's listing willy-nilly. Make sure they say yes. And then what you can do is grab it. So here's what we're going to do. So we're going to go to, I'm going to close this little tutorial here. And we are going to grab an active listing. So if I was going to manually add it, I'd do it here. Grab it, I'm going to do it here. Okay. Now, I have my new listing open right here on my main website. And we are going to put in what it asks us for. It wants the zip code, and the zip code is 89109. And it wants the MLS ID number. Let's see, I think that's the MLS number there. So I'm just copying it and pasting it in. And then you check off whether or not it's your listing, because it's going to send you seller email notifications, like to feed your seller. So if it's not your listing, you don't want those, just uncheck it. If you check it, it's going to treat you like you would want the seller to know about your marketing. Okay. So I'm going to click grab. Okay. Now it's going to import the listing. Now I want to make some edits from it because it's importing from Trulia, and we want to make sure that we have our information in there. And once that's in there, we're going to be able to edit the images, the description, the virtual tour, and I'll walk you through the checklist, and then even the instant landing pages we can use to run ads, such as Facebook ads or whatever social network you're working on. See up top now it says we're importing your listings from Trulia, 7 to 18 images added successfully. You can also upload your own images manually. All right. So now once it's done, you'll get this little check mark that says your listings were uploaded successfully. Now, if you've got your profile set up and they're already being populated, you would just start down here instead. Okay. So if it's there, go there. If you want to grab it, do what I just did. Then we're going to click, please click here to edit. All right. First thing I do is I look at the listing information. Okay, now it's not letting me change that on here. So let me go back to the listings. We'll start from the listing view. I like that one better. Here it is, 2000 North Fashion Show Drive. So it's 235 and it's just listed. If I click on that the little arrows, I can change it to fit whatever it is that I want the call to action to be, basically on my landing pages and on my single property website. So I'll do just listed for this one. Okay, now we have a task list. Find all the listing tools and checklists to start your marketing. Over here, we can see a preview of your listing tools. Over here, we can edit the listing. And then the 3 dots give us even more ability from there. So I'm going to go ahead and go into edit, and we will edit the listing here. Okay. So here I can check that off if I'm a showing agent or not a showing agent. I'm just kind of taking a quick run through. Now here's an opportunity, neighborhood or farm. I'm going to put Trump Towers. So if it's a well-known area, you might want to add that. It's better for your search engines and social media. Property subtype, this is a high-rise condo. So I'm going to add that in there. Okay, it's a studio, so it's all 1 bedroom, so I don't need to add anything there. So if there's anything else you wanted to add up here, you could. And then this is being populated from the MLS comments. So whatever you put in to your remarks or your comments when you entered it into the MLS, that is what's feeding out into this spot. But you can change all of this. You can add a video here. You can do any kind of... you can do, well, actually from here, yeah, we have source code. So you can embed something like widgets and whatnot right there. So these are some cool things, and I'll come back and show you some other cool things I like to do with that box. But right now I'm going to keep it really simple for the reason that we're going to run an ad to it. And I'm going to keep that property description really simple for this one. But if I'm, wanting to use it more as a single property website and get people surfing around, I might put in related properties. I might use an IDX widget, something like that to build out that property description. But I'm going to leave it simple just because a lot of us like to just use the simple, and it will help you with getting this launched quicker. Now here you have a vanity URL. So when the link gets published, it'll say 2000 North Fashion Show Drive 30.thebestlisting.com. You can change this to one of the others, americasbestlisting.com, whatever you want there. That's not, this domain name is owned by Listings to Lead, so you're getting like a subdomain there. And then you can view it here to see what it's going to look like. So this would be, look at this, how quick that just happened. I clicked one button and look, the single property page website is already built. Look at that. I love this. I just think this is the coolest thing. And then Listings to Leads has built-in lead capture. So just listed. So you saw that I was able to open the single property website for a minute. I don't know for how long. I'd have to look and see what my settings are, 30 seconds. And then this drop down popped by asking them to register. And they can continue with Facebook and it'll pull in their Facebook profile info, or they can click to use the email instead. You can actually change these settings on your end, just so that you know. But let's just say the user were to say, okay, yeah, I want to keep going here. I'll continue with Facebook. And they click continue with Facebook. Then this pops up and says, okay, search all properties will receive your name and profile email address. And you click continue as Lori. Then my info just went in to the Listings to Leads database already. And now I can start looking around this landing page. So you already have the lead. Before they get all of the other details, you already have the lead, okay? So there's lots of customization that you can do with this landing page. Oh, see, I already have IDX in there. I added this. See there? So there's lots that you can do with that. We need to get rid of that video because that's an old video. All right, so this is a single property landing page. So if you're not driving a powerful IDX website and you want to use something like this, it's easy, it's built, you want to drive people to it, you want to make the seller happy, you can use this. And it's already done for you, okay? That's one thing that we can do with it. All right, so you can change that. And if you wanted to, you can click here and generate a short URL. So then instead you just get this little bit.ly link, which really the bit.ly link makes everything very simple. Okay, there's times when we want the long URL, and there's other times we want the bit.ly link. So you can go grab that, copy it, make a note of it. Okay, so that's the listing info. Now let's go down to photos and video. So we can take a look at all of these photos. I love these photos, so I'm going to keep them all in here. Sometimes we get a house that the other bedrooms don't show so well, so I will just show the best ones. I personally, as a real estate agent who specializes in marketing, I do not believe in posting every picture of a house. I think it's a mistake because people disqualify when they have too many choices and too many pictures. And I know right now because I'm actually shopping, considering moving in the next, I don't know, could be soon, could be a couple years, whatever. And I started looking, and if I'll spot something, if sometimes as simple as a paint color. I know it's funny, and I'll just kind of go, yeah, no, because I've got too many other choices, right? I don't like how the fireplace is embedded in that niche in the wall, so I've got other choices. Let me just pass on this one and go to the other ones for now. So showcase your best pictures and leave out the ones that maybe don't show the home in as much of a great light, Okay, now select one or multiple photos. So you can play with your photos here. You can choose one to be featured. You've got these stars here. You can play with these. That we could replace that one. Okay, so we'll leave that for now. Generate a YouTube video. All right, I do want a YouTube video, so let's go ahead and generate one. So click Generate YouTube Video. Now, please create a YouTube channel and connect it to your Listings to Leads account from here. Till then, your videos will be uploaded on the Search All Properties channel. So we'll go ahead and set up our YouTube channel so that we can upload our video. Next, we can choose a background music file. So if you've got somewhere you're getting music from that you want to play in the background, you can upload that there. There are so many like copyright-free places where you can get music, whether it's free or paid for. You can go to Google and type in copyright-free music for videos. Or it says here we can use the one by default, which they have this sovereign in there, which everybody has, okay? So I'm going to click Generate and Upload to YouTube. And what you can do is you can actually, let me just do this really quick. Hold on one second. I activated my, oh, there it goes. It says submitted successfully. When the video is ready, we'll send you an email with the download link. Okay, so that's already running in the background. Perfect. That's what I want. You can set this up to automate that process, and it'll just automatically make a video and load it to your YouTube channel if you want it to. Okay, that's another really cool thing. Okay, so now I can choose to select all photos and show them, show title and subtitle. You can play with all of these however you want to, and then save it if you like. And then there's a video on 3D tour. So if you have created a video already on YouTube, you can upload it here. You can upload it here. If you have a URL, you can add the URL here. So video upload is the first option. URL is the second option. So if you have a YouTube URL or a Vimeo URL or whatever you have, you can put that there. Or if your virtual tour company gave you a URL, you can use it there. And then here you can embed a code. So lots of ways to use your any kind of video. And I highly suggest video as much as possible. Next, we have lead links. And these are going to be like calls to action that you can include on your single property website. Search all homes for sale, free home values, that type of thing. Free HUD report, mortgage and finance, so they can apply to get a loan. You can play with all of these things, and a bunch of these I've added myself manually. So you can play with that. You have the ability to add more tabs and pages. So here's the tab. So it's kind of like you're building this little baby single property website. Okay. Now, what do you want to include on there, right? I do need to get rid of that experience the wow because that video wasn't working. Do I want to show view more listings? Do I want to show reviews? Do I want to give them the option to print the brochure? Do I want to give them options about schools, on or off? Maps and local, on or off? Free home values, on or off? I don't need that on there twice. I noticed it was. So property, video, standard description, photos, free home values, and view more listings. Let's just say we want those to show up. So real simple, on and off. Then you've got the ability to add an open house. So if you've got an open house coming up, you can come in here and change this as often as you want to when you have an open house coming. And this is a great way to run a Facebook ad. You got an open house, we could create an open house landing page. We can run an ad around that open house. Then we have appearance. So this is where you change the colors of your website. So uncheck use global settings. And here's where we can play with it. So this one is luxury. This one is lead gen. If you drop down, this changes the fonts. You see that on the right-hand side, it's making everything change. So pick the font you like the best. Pick the colors you like the best. So mine are set for custom colors. But look, they have Coldwell Banker, ERA, EXP, all of the different ones that you might want to use for your brokerage. Okay. You can also just say, no, I want it to be the Sotheby's colors. So I like those better because that actually matches my website. So I do like that better. So then I can click save. And then SEO. So if I want this to potentially rank on the search engines, which is not as easy as it once was. Now we really work to build a website and do that. But here I could title it High Rise Las Vegas Condo in Trump Towers for sale. Okay. And this would be keywords, Trump Towers, homes for sale. Those really don't do much. I would not stuff a ton of keywords in there. SEO description is going to be like 2 lines. It's 160 characters, about 2 lines of words that describe what your website is. So if somebody is scrolling the search engines and they type in high-rise condo in Trump Towers and they happen to find this single property landing page, they will be shown a description. Let me show you what it looks like. So go over to Google. Let's type in high-rise Las Vegas Trump. Something like that. So you see these 2 lines right here, that is what goes in that description right here. So it's just a really super quick way for the person who's skimming to see what it's about, and that can help increase your clicks from this search engine results page here to the actual single property website we're building in Listings to Leads. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. So just listed high-rise condo for sale in Trump Towers, Las Vegas, fully furnished, live in or rent, the best in Las Vegas real estate. Okay, something like that. Sometimes up front, I will put something like Lori Ballantine just listed and include a phone number, because there's a lot of reasons why I do this. I won't get into all of them today, but the way that people save searches on Google, sometimes when these come through, they come in like a little newsletter, and these will be clickable. And so a quick phone number and a website sometimes can help you get a little bit extra lead value there. So I'm going to click save. And then we have advanced settings. Okay, now lead capture form. So here's global settings. Let's say we don't want to use global settings. How long before you want that forced pop-up to show up? So if you have global settings already set, you don't have to touch any of this. But you can also change it for just one listing if you want to by unchecking that. So let's just say we want it to show up in 30 seconds. Okay. Do we want to force registration, or do we want them to be able to close it? Okay. Now, if we are already capturing, let's just say we're going to do this, we're going to run a Facebook ad. We are already capturing their information on a lead form. It's going to be very annoying for them to see another forced registration option. Okay. However, if they can just click through with Facebook, that makes it much easier. Okay, so do you want to force registration? So it's really a matter of what you're going to do with this page, where you're going to go with it. You might run the Facebook ad and then use one landing page and then change it for something else. So force registration or let them close the box. Do you want to show the phone field? Okay, enable Facebook registration. Make the phone field required. Some people turn off the enable Facebook registration because profile data on Facebook is often very old and outdated. And so by forcing them to put in the information, you're more likely to get valid information. That being said, it limits the opportunity to capture the lead. When I run Facebook ads, I get double the amount of leads when I use a Facebook lead form versus just like an awareness ad. So that's something to keep in mind. So do you want to enable Facebook registration? Yes or no? And then show multiple listings when shared on Facebook, or do you just want one to show up? If you hover over these little question marks, you can see what they look like. You see how they're doing the multiple images there? So we'll do multiple images. And then do you want to merge this listing with something else? And I don't, so I'm not going to worry about that. So save this listing, include in the listing widget, show the photo count, click save. All right. Pixel tracking and chat code. So you have the ability to add an HTML widget for tracking. So if you're running Facebook ads, Facebook gives you a pixel, go ahead and put that in here so that you can track conversions. I don't use the QR code personally. Then we have the ability here to look at the analytics for this listing and the history on this listing. All right, so now let's go back to the task. So we've made all of our edits on the listing, which is great. Now we want to go through our checklist. Now this is going to be amazing for having an admin or a virtual assistant or somebody help you, or you're going to go through and follow all of these. Now you can see here on this checklist, YouTube listing video is automatically checked off because I already made it. Remember a little while ago when I was showing you that and I made it? So it checked it off. And it dated when we did it. So we don't have to even think about that again, which is fantastic. Okay. Now here you can generate a PDF for this checklist. Whoops, that didn't work so well, did it? Okay, so typically we can generate a PDF to print that checklist, and I'll have to look into why it's doing that. It might be on my end, but it might be on their end. We'll have to see. So here, social media posts and ads. Check this when it's done, so you know it's completed. Click the down arrow to the far right to open it. So click the little arrow to open it. Okay. So, just listed in Las Vegas, get the price, photos, details, and more. Ever wonder what it'd be like to live in a 5-star? Okay, so we've got that. Continue to Facebook. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and share this. Now you can push the post to publish it after you set up the auto posting tab. Okay, I'm not going to push the post. I'm just going to do mine individually. So because I'm not always, I run multiple businesses, so I'm not always logged into where I need to be logged into. So let me share this on Facebook. So I clicked share. See that? And then we can share on a page I manage. I'm going to go to my real estate team, Lori Ballentine, Las Vegas, post to Facebook. Okay. Now I want to post it to Pinterest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Pinterest and I'm going to log in, make sure I'm logged into my real estate website, not my coaching one. Okay. So let me log into the real estate one. Okay, I'm in there. So now I'm going to push this one to Pinterest, or share it on Pinterest, I'm sorry. So I can change this to just listed Las Vegas high-rise condo in Trump International. It has lots of names. International. Okay, there we go. Okay. And I'm going to post that on Las Vegas Real Estate. You can also make a pin using Canva if you want, but this at least shares it that way. Sometimes the horizontal images do okay. They stand out. As much as we like the pins to be the perfect long pins, sometimes the horizontal gets some traction. Okay, here we can tweet it. So we'll share it on Twitter. I would add something here. Something like that. And then you can share it on LinkedIn. You can copy the link, and here we can view it. So let's click view so that you can see. So this is, instead of that fancy website that had all of that, the tabs and photos and calls to action, this is just a simple landing page. That's all this is. It's a simple landing page. My experience is the simple landing pages convert higher when you're paying per click and doing something like that. Okay, so keep that in mind. If I'm putting it on a postcard or something, I might use the single property website. But if I'm driving them through Facebook ads or pay per click, I'm going to use this landing page. So this is the URL up here. This is what you'll be running on Facebook. Okay, so then next we have social media share images. You drop that down, and here you can edit what this looks like. You can change the banners. You can change how this looks here. So you can play with that if there's something you want to change. Otherwise, we can just leave it like we did, or like we already did it. Okay. You can read all of these help files to get fancy. There's so much fancy stuff on here. So here's the single property website. We already built that out. I showed you guys what that was. So I'm going to check that off. Virtual tour. Okay, e-flyer for your database. So there's your e-flyer for your database, which you can change however you want. Put in links, take away links, use different templates, but you can kind of get an idea for what that looks like there. You can even copy this code to use for a blog as well. And then here, e-flyer to seller's sphere of influence. So it makes a really pretty e-flyer here. Look at that. So you could get a list from the seller, or this could be something you actually send out. You can just send this to the seller. Here, dear Sally seller, we made this e-flyer. Please send it out to as many people as possible. So there's that. Print marketing. Look at all that. Door hangers, postcards, nearby home letters. So you can do all of that here from Listings to Leads. Open house sign-in form, Craigslist ads, text sign writers, Instagram posts. So each one of these has a drop-down arrow that you can work within. So this is so great. If you got a virtual assistant or you need to follow a checklist, you can just go right down each and every one of these things. Do you use text writers? You can order the sign writers. I mean, it's amazing. There are chat bots in here. There are text autoresponders in here. So much you can play with. You can look at the bots are in beta right now. Okay. You can look at tools. Here's all the tools we just did. Now here's blog posts. So if I wanted to, I can pick a format that I like on the blog, and I can click copy HTML. And then I can go over to my real estate website, or go to Blogger, wherever you're blogging, click new post. And then here, I think I have code, right? Oh, I can do it like that. This one's actually pretty easy because I could just enter this down without all of the fancy fonts and styles. It's got all your calls to action in there. It's got your disclaimer in there, right? So this is an option for you if you want to create a new blog. Okay. And then you could add a picture to it. And then let me preview. I'll show you what it looks like in plain format like that. Look how, I mean, that was like what? I spent 2 minutes just now putting some spaces in there. We'll take a look. Did it give us the option? Okay, so see there? So you could figure that out. You could space that out. But I think we'll do the HTML this time. Let's copy the HTML. Let me try it that way. It's been a while since I've used this format. Okay, so with Gutenberg, I have WordPress. With Gutenberg, we need to change this to code. And we're going to do that right here. So click on the 3 dots. I'm going to change it to the code editor. And I'm going to paste in the HTML. This is going to look a lot better, I'm sure. And then we'll preview it and see what it looks like. So the way I copied it in, it took out all that formatting. If we access the code, we'll have all of our designs. It'll look a lot better. No, there we go. So let's take a look. Okay, so on my computer, Adobe Flash is blocked, but other than that, it all is there. And it has these calls to action. It has little icons. So you can play with all the fonts and designs and pick what you want there. Okay, so that's just another option. If you want to use that for blogging, you can. And then from here, we're going to we can post on Craigslist. Okay, so it gives you instructions on how to do it. It's got a little browser item that's required up here to make it easier, or you can simply copy the link and bookmark it in your browser and then click on it. So I'm not going to get too far into the Craigslist component today. We might want to just focus on that one separately. So now I've got all of my everything done here. So I can grab the social media links. Okay, and then I can grab that view. So I can grab that link. Now I want to run an ad around it. So I'm going to go over to Facebook. And I will go to create an ad. I'm just thinking for a second where I wanted to run it from. Let's just go from right here. Okay, loading Ads Manager. So what's my objective? Let's switch to quick creation. Okay, so create new campaign. What is my campaign name? Trump Towers. I'll just put new listing at Trump. Okay, I am creating an ad for a special category. Unfortunately now, with being in housing, we are required to choose that, which means they're going to look at it a little bit more carefully, and it removes a lot of the targeting options. Buying type, we'll do just a regular auction. Campaign objective, we want to do a lead generation ad so that they have to fill out the form. Daily budget, I'm just going to do a $5. No, let me do a lifetime budget on this, and I'll do $50. I have this ad running in 3 other places, so we'll just keep this one simple. And then the ad set name. Okay, create the new ad. I'm not running multiple, so we'll just keep all that really simple. Save to draft. You can title those, the address name, whatnot for quick finding. I'm just moving through this quick for the sake of the video. Okay, we have all that done. Show more options. Yes, yes. Okay, now when we click publish, it's going to tell us we need to create our design. Okay, so let's add, whoops, let's add an image. I think the Facebook Ads Manager is so clunky, personally. Okay, so media, Let's see if it'll pull. There's the link. Okay, and then edit image, change image. Okay, so I would have to upload, you know what I'm going to do? This one's going to have too much text in it. So what we need is the social media share image, probably this one. So let's just download it. So I'm clicking on this little arrow here to download. I'm pretty sure that one will pass without being too much text. Okay, so now we go back to our Facebook ad. We're going to click upload, grab the image, open. Okay, and then I'm going to keep this really simple. Just listed fully furnished high-rise condo in Trump International, Las Vegas. Okay, so that's going to go here. See there? And then your headline would go here. See price, pics, and details. See where it changed right here? And then that URL, I am going to change that and grab that bit.ly link that we had earlier.